Hello and welcome everyone to something a little different. Today, we have Pokémon Infinite Fusion, a Pokémon fan game where you can take two different Pokémon and fuse them together, creating something entirely new. Maybe sometimes you'll end up with something a little ugly like this, but sometimes you'll end up with something really cool, like this fusion here. And today, we'll be playing a Randomized Nuzlocke of Pokémon Infinite Fusions. Those of you that don't know, a randomizer will change out all the Pokémon, where they are, what you might find, and even mix up some items. And a Nuzlocke has three basic rules. 1. You must nickname everything you catch. 2. If a Pokémon dies, it is considered dead. And 3. You're only allowed to catch the first Pokémon on each route. Now, I'm not the best at Nuzlocking, so I've made a slight tweak. I can catch 2 Pokémon in a route to give me options for fusions, but I'm only allowed to use fusions for battles where possible. And we won't be nicknaming any of our Pokémon because when you fuse them, you get a mashup of the names, and you can end up with something really funny, like... maybe not that one. Let's jump right in. And we begin, like any other journey in Kanto, by taking the potion out of our PC. We head downstairs and our mum tells us that we've received a letter from the Pokémon League, letting us know that we've been approved to become a trainer, and we receive our trainer card. We head outside and find out that our rival Blue has also received a trainer card, and that he's an absolute snobby. Heading to Oak's lab, we get to choose our randomized starters, and our options are Fanfi, Hoot Toot, and Mantike. Sorry to the Mantike and Hoot Hoot fans out there, but I'll be taking Fanfi. And of course, our rival's not going to let us get away that easily. He's going to challenge us to a battle, but he's managed to convince his grandpa to let him fuse the remaining stars. With, oh, those eyes. That damage! Okay, maybe we're not going to have as easy time. Now, it's okay that we lost this fight, because one of the rules in a Nuzlocke is that the rules don't actually kick in until you've obtained Pokeballs. So, with that, we're all healed up and we're ready to move on. Normally you would get a potion or a Pokeball here, but because we've randomized the items, we get a pure incense. Okay, our first trainer battle. Time to make up for that humiliating defeat against our rival Blue. Looks like they have a Mac-Off. An intense battle of tackling ensues. Okay, maybe I should try and level up a little bit. Round 2. Here we go. Paralyzed right off the bat's not a good sign, but hopefully we can manage through. The move Flail increases in damage the lower health we have, and with that extra boost in damage, we easily secure the victory this time. No, he's just a little guy. We make it to Viridian City and go into the Pokemart to pick up Oak's package. The package contains Pokeballs and a Pokédex. Oak's going to give us some Pokeballs and then the Nuzlocke will begin. Oh, right, random items. Well, it's a good thing we didn't randomize the shop items. And as we head in, we actually find someone who's willing to give us a free gift. A new Pokemon. Welcome to the team. Okay, now the Nuzlocke begins for real. Now we can head back down and catch our first Pokemon. Ooh, a Larvitar. Love me Tyranitar. I think he's got some really good fusions, so we'll just have to try and keep him alive as long as we can. Our second encounter? Okay, Caterpie, we can work with that. Hopefully it can put in a little work for us. Okay, now that we have some Pokemon to work with, let's begin fusion. So, you can see that with the green sprite, that means that it's a customized fusion, and the grey sprite means that it's going to be a randomly generated one. Our first fusion? Kekpie. Kekpie?
Kekpie, the worm swamp Pokemon. A Pokemon that has the ability to alter its body color to match its surroundings. It releases a terribly strong odor from its antennae.
And when you fuse two Pokemon together, you even get to choose what their ability is, what their nature is, and how you want to fuse their movesets together. Larvitar and Donphan didn't have any custom sprites, so let's see how these look.
Oh, he's just a little guy.
And we're going to do some grinding up because there's some trainer battles nearby. Okay, another trainer battle. Looks like he has a vigor buff. Shouldn't be too difficult. Ooh, that was too close. We only won that because Flail's damage was boosted enough to take it down because we were at low health. A new route means new encounters. Let's see what we find this time. A Sandile! That can be really strong. I do love Crocodile. And a Clefairy. Okay, fairy types are always good. I think we might refuse a couple things. Well, I guess we could have another Kekpie. I'm going to do a bit more grinding because Clefairy will evolve at level 7 and level 10. There we go, Clefairy's evolving into... Metafairy. Aw, he looks like he just wants to take a nap. I wanted to grind over in the other side of this route, but I kind of forgot we had a rival battle. I don't remember what level anything is at, so I'm hoping that we're at a decent level. Blue leads off with a goofy-looking Sandchew, and I send out my Metafairy. I use Disarming Voice in hopes that it inherited the Dark type from Sandile, but that doesn't look like the case. Luckily for us, it's using not very effective moves, so if we keep this up, we've got this in the bag. I forgot about the stare.
I have seen things no mortal can comprehend.
Manhoot still proves to be a problem, as both of its stab typings are super effective against my whole team. I'm not very proud of this, but I'm not doing a hardcore Nuzlocke, so we're just gonna have to heal spam our way out. I try and put it to sleep, but its ability Insomnia prevents that from happening. And then I make a little misclick and do it again. I'm running out of potions, and Metafairy's gonna sleep, so I'm gonna have to do something risky and swap out into Kekpie. Luckily, we managed to live the Bubble Beam and retaliate with a Tackle for the kill. Looks like Metafairy's evolving. Whoever did the sprite for Butterfairy, mwah, chef's kiss. In Infinite Fusion, after you beat your rival but before you beat Brock, there's a secret area you can access that's normally full of healing items, but because we've randomized, we get a bunch of random items, including 10 moon balls. But this does count as a new zone, so we get 2 more encounters. Looks like we got a Psyduck, and a Vigoroth. Getting a Vigoroth is absolutely huge. If we can keep it alive long enough for it to evolve into a Slacking, we can use it as a powerful fusion, and then we just don't pick the Truant ability, so we get all of the strengths and none of the weaknesses.
Cyroth, the wild duck Pokemon. While its headache manifests, it starts using strange powers. It runs through the fields and mountains all day to calm itself.
I spent some time in Route 2 trying to find another encounter. Normally, I want to catch 2 unfused Pokemon, but I kept running into duplicate Pokemon, so I was just going to take the first fusion that I didn't own either of. Which happened to be this adorable Cyndachew. Speeding on through, we go to Viridian Forest, and our encounters this time are Kakuna, and a Shedinja, which takes ages to catch. Shedinja is also a very powerful pick to get in this game, because you can give the Wonder Guard ability to any other Pokemon. While we're grinding through this area, I want to take a minute to ask, are you enjoying this kind of content? Would you like to see more? And what's your favourite fusion from this video? Or, what's your favourite fusion in general from this game? I'm also curious, how are you finding this video? Are you here from one of my D&D or DC20 videos? Maybe from one of my comic dubs? Or maybe you're just new to the channel and finding this video for the first time? I'm curious to know. Finally, after what felt like a very long time, we make it to Pewter City. I spend some time talking to the locals and exploring the town. And then we come across a hotel, another interesting feature added in by Infinite Fusion. In hotels, if you head upstairs, you'll find a few NPCs that give you quests to do. They range from showing them a certain type of Pokemon or collecting items, or it could be something else. You usually get cool quest rewards, and if you talk to the scientist man in the corner, after completing a certain number of quests, he'll give you cool items, like the ability to use some HMs without having to need a Pokemon learn them. Okay, there's a couple quests that we can do right now. One is to show a fully evolved Bug-type Pokemon, and if you remember, we did catch a Shedinja, which is a fully evolved Bug Pokemon. And someone's lost a revive on one of the benches in the city, so we can go look for that. On one of the benches, we find a guy that promises to give us a reward if we can get the city's gym badge. I'll let you in on a little secret. It's a pretty cool reward. And we're meant to find a revive here, but because the game's randomized, we find a super dire hit, and hopefully that still counts for completing the quest. Okay, so it does technically count as completing the quest, but because we don't have the revive because it was randomized, he just calls us rude and tells us to go away. Fair enough. We'll quickly head off to get the PC to grab our Shedinja to show it to the bug catcher. After showing them a fully evolved bug, they'll give us a reward. Sorry, an Abra? I thought we were just gonna get some, potions. Alright, I'll take it. We spent some time looking around the museum, and outside of some cool displays with little lore bits and information, and the area where you can revive your fossils, there's nothing too important. There is a little guy that'll give you a quiz to teach you the move Mudsplat, but I don't want to learn the move Mudsplat. Did you get all the questions right? Let me know. We make our way over to the gym, and we talk to the guy who normally gives us a fresh water. This time he gives us a lucky egg. Ah, well that'll make grinding up a lot easier. He also tells us that this gym has been randomized into a grass-type gym, so Cinderchew should be very helpful here. We have a couple practice battles against the gym trainers before we decide it's best to fuse up our Shedinja with our Kakuna. Welcome to the team, Shaduna. Time to grind up again. Looks like Shaduna is evolving into Shed Drill. I gotta say, absolutely loving the sprite so far. We managed to catch a Lopunny for those of you who are down bad. But unfortunately, we fail our encounter against a Smeargle who struggled to death. And it looks like our game crashed. Okay, I hope that it's saved somewhere nearby, because otherwise I'm gonna have to scrap this video. Okay, thank God. Alright, I'll just spend the next 20 minutes catching up to where I was.
20 minutes later.
At the end of this route, we find a Pokemon Center, so we quickly heal up our Pokemon, and then we talk to the guy who sells us a Magikarp for $500, which turns out to be an Igglybuff. I'd rather have a Gyarados, to be honest. But beggars can't be choosers. With our grinding done, we're ready to face the first gym, Brock, the Grass-type gym leader. Yes, Grass-types known for their hard defense. In this game, you're only allowed to enter the same number of Pokemon as a gym leader has. In this case, you can only enter 2. We enter in Cinderchew and Sheddrill. The battle opens up with Brock sending out his Mimekko, and me sending out my Cinderchew. I do have the game set to hard mode, but it looks like the AI is still going relatively easy on me. Looks like we came in under-leveled, but you're 4 times weak to fire, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. And with that, we've beaten the first gym. We get the Boulder Badge and the TM Smackdown, although Brock will try and gaslight us into thinking he gave us Rock Tomb. Remember that guy sat on the bench earlier in the video who promised to give us a cool item if we got the city's gym badge? Well, let's find out what he's going to give us. A glitter ball? I know this game adds a lot of different Pokeballs, but I haven't seen this one yet. It looks like it has a low chance of catching, but if it does catch it, it'll become a shiny Pokemon. That's really cool. But I think we're going to have to save that for the next video. Leave a comment and tell me what you think I'm going to catch with it, if anything at all. We've managed to make it this far with no official deaths, so let's hope that we can keep up this momentum. Alright, next episode should contain Mount Moon and maybe Misty's gym. See you next time!